Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a fun discussion type video. We'll do some Q&As for this one, but after the recent news that AMC is being sued for possibly up to or over $1 billion regarding The Walking Dead, I want to give our thoughts on what we think the future of the series will be at this point. So I couldn't wait to do this one with you guys. This, of course, is after the big news I did a video on a few days ago, which is that AMC is being sued for possibly over $1 billion, or what could end up being, high millions, close to maybe even billions, depending on how it all works out, by some of the people that that made the Walking Dead TV series, in terms of the creative people. Now there are a few that aren't involved so far, but this is, of course, Frank Darabont is already sued, and now we've got, of course, the information that the creator of the whole Walking Dead itself, Robert Kirkman, is suing, and some of the other producers involved with the show, some very important people. Really, without these people, the Walking Dead TV series would have never come to fruition. It would have never come to be. So it's just really mind-blowing news. I'll put it in the end videos if you guys haven't seen that video yet. Most of you guys have seen it, I would assume, because it's so insane. So after that, of course, a lot of discussion in the comments of that video about the future of the series and what we think it looks like. Some people saying, like, AMC should just let it go. Maybe HBO can pick it up and they can fix it or something. So I can pretty much guarantee you that's probably never going to happen. The only time I could ever see that happening is if, AMC went bankrupt or something, and that's just, their stock probably has gone down quite a bit. I think it has, dropped. I looked at it briefly. I'm not sure I was looking at the right one, but if it is AMC Holdings, then their stock just dropped like crazy this week. So like 13 points, and I think like earlier on the year, last year was like 30, so it's like half of where it was. So, for sure they're not doing good right now. With all this news and everything that's coming out, guaranteed, people, owners in the company shareholders are gonna be questioning whether or not they made the right decision, obviously buying, shares in AMC in that. So, man, it's really crazy news. It's something where, like, it just kind of, it just hit me like a ton of bricks. It just came out of nowhere, as I'm sure it did for a lot of you guys, too. I saw those comments that everybody was just like, question mark, like, just so weird to hear this type of thing. But, yeah, it definitely doesn't look good for the future of the show. AMC is not going to give up, The Walking Dead, though, regardless. Pretty much no matter what. AMC, in terms of their success, of course, they've had some other big shows before. They had they play a lot of the older movies, that kind of thing, and we're kind of like a premium channel for that. They had Breaking Bad, they had some other hits, Mad Men and stuff like that, but they never had anything like Walking Dead. And even Fear the Walking Dead is probably one of its, like, if you look at the first few seasons, in terms of ratings over the first, like 3 seasons, it's probably their second show ever, I'd want to say, in terms of ratings. So really, and then of course you got Talking Dead, which also probably gets tons of ratings compared to a lot of their other shows. Really, if it wasn't for The Walking Dead, AMC would not be where it's at right now, or wouldn't be what it is. The thing is, though, is like, all this shady, crazy stuff that's coming out now about the, lawsuits and everything, about the people who helped create the show not getting what they were supposed to get and that was in their contracts, and AMC possibly self-dealing, kind of selling, kind of an imputed fee or a license fee to another section of AMC, another part of AMC, to get kind of a good deal. So they give themselves a good deal, and then that means that they don't have to pay, the contract percentages that much, because they can kind of set an amount, pay themselves that amount, and then give them a percentage of that based on their contract, which is really nasty. So you can definitely understand why all these people are suing. But yeah, AMC is not going to give up The Walking Dead unless they become The Walking Dead. Like if they die, then maybe they'll give it up, but otherwise it's going to be kicking and screaming to the zombie apocalypse grave for sure. So there's no way they're going to give it up. I almost guarantee you we will not see AMC or see Walking Dead on any other network aside from AMC in terms of TV series. It's just not going to happen. It's pretty much guaranteed. But there was a few really, really good questions that came through, as related to it. Letty Diaz says, "How come Scott Gimple is not suing too? I wonder how much of a percentage he gets." And that's really true. I would say that, and a lot of people hate on Gimple. I see comments, that kind of thing all the time. But the reality is, without him, we don't know if the series would have gotten to season 8. It's very possible that, without him being involved, it may not have continued. It's really hard to say, but you need a captain, you need somebody to steer, to make these decisions and to, steer the ship and to keep everything afloat. And he did that, when he came in, of course, in season 4. Now it'll be like 4 seasons, if you include season 8, which they're, still working on right now. But, without him, we really don't know. Now, why is he what the success of The Walking Dead would be? Also, he wrote some of the best episodes in some of the earlier seasons in that, like Clear, Save the Last One, some really great stuff. So he definitely is one of the people also that's, most responsible for the success of the series. But how come he's not suing? I would think, and that's a great question from Letty. You guys can write your comments below and let me know what you think about this one. I would think that Scott Gimple's probably not suing because, number one, he's probably busy as all hell running the show. He's probably putting like 60, 70-hour weeks in, around the clock working on the show right now. He probably can't even fathom or even think about that right now. But the other reason too, and this is reflects on the future of the series as well too. It's never a good thing to have a working relationship where one party is suing another for any reason. I mean, if you have a business partnership going, you have, a creator of a show, a creator of comic book like Robert Kirkman, and then you have a few of those people that are, really heavily involved producing and doing everything for the show, and they're suing the network which owns the show or is, is putting it on and everything. It can create really a negative work environment. So even though AMC said in their press release that, it'll be okay and that they'll work with them and everything like that, but they're going to defend themselves, that whole thing, and they have a lot of respect for them and everything, that's really that's a really fragile ground, to be on, where you are working with these people. They are, responsible for where the show is going, what happens with the show. Kirkman with the comics, obviously, and everything, and the product as a whole, you could say Kirkman is responsible for, I want to say. And then they're suing you, but then you have to work together. So it's possible that eventually Scott Gimple might do that, but he's probably so busy working on the show right now, he probably doesn't have time to even consider that. The other thing, of course, is that now that the other people involved have found out this information, are they still going to be motivated to work on the show and create the best show possible? Are they still going to care? And see, that's where the future of the series is really, it's definitely on shaky ground right now. This is probably the shakiest ground, I want to say, The Walking Dead has been on in many years, probably since like season 3 when they had trouble with writing and show running and stuff like that. It's really crazy for the future of the series. That a series could become that popular, could become that big, and then you start hearing about these huge lawsuits and these huge things going on. Will it kill the series? I don't think so. I think that really if they kill that series, then AMC is really going to be hurting for sure. So obviously, business-wise for AMC, they're going to want this show to continue on as long as they possibly can, and they've said that. They haven't hit that from anybody. They want The Walking Dead to last as long as possible. But for sure, all these things that are going on around it are not good for the show. In addition to that, of course, season 7 was one of the lesser performing seasons they've had since earlier on seasons, like around season 3, 4 type ratings. It's just way lower than what they've been trending the last few years. A lot of people complaining, a lot of people getting tired of the show, dropping off of the show. So a lot of things have changed. I've been dealing with comments personally, for almost a year now after the season 7 premiere. That's when the kind of things started, and people a lot of people really not happy with the show. So, man, there, a lot of things happening with Walking Dead for sure. Most of it not positive right now. But, the way I look at it, I'm an optimist, and I figure, you've got the audience there. You've got a lot of people who care about the series, who really want to see the series. So, you know, I tend to think it'll be fine. It'll work itself out. You know, $1 billion is a lot of money no matter what company you are. You're never going to want to lose $1 billion. Lawyers cost a lot of money. All this stuff costs money. And of course, the biggest thing is that you can lose confidence in the people that work there. They can lose confidence in the company. They can feel like they're working for people that, or maybe they own it and they don't want to, and they want to sell because they want to get out because they feel like, you know, this stuff is going on. So definitely none of this is good for the company or for the future of The Walking Dead. But I'm still sticking to my guns that I think that The Walking Dead has the viewers there. It should be fine. It should continue on. And if nothing else, at least we know that AMC's keeping their expenses low. So they're not going to, you know, it's not like they're going to blow their budget out of proportion, spend $100 million on a season, and then lose a whole bunch of money. You know, that's really not going to happen, considering all the things they do to, you know, maybe I shouldn't say, but considering the things they're being accused of doing in terms of chinsing. So, so that's for sure. You know, Shannon Guillot says, hey, Trev, I wanted to ask your thoughts on this. Do you think Robert Kirkman was influenced by the lawsuit? That would explain his move to Amazon, as you discussed earlier. Maybe from the lawsuit, he doesn't want to put all of his eggs in one basket. What do you think? So that's for future projects coming up from Robert Kirkman, future TV series, future media, movies, whatever. Whatever Skybound produces is going to be with Amazon now. It's not going to be with AMC after this. AMC's got Walking Dead. That's not going to change. Fear of the Walking Dead, not going to change. But as far as new projects coming up, Kirkman has signed with Amazon for that. So yeah, it's really crazy, man, that all this stuff is going on. But I'd almost guarantee with you that, you know, it's easy to see that he's not going to sign with AMC after he feels like he's been cheated with royalties on The Walking Dead. Why would he want to create another hit for them? See, this is what we're talking about with regards to the future. Why, you know, in terms of game theory, put yourself in his shoes. Why would he want to? Why would he want to, you know, give them the rights to any new stuff that he creates when he hasn't even really been paid what he was supposed to be paid for The Walking Dead? You know, I mean, it's just one of those things like, you know, anybody probably in his situation would do the same thing and probably go to another channel or another network where he knows he's going to get a fair shake, where he's not paranoid and he doesn't think like, you know, are they screwing me, this kind of deal. So, yeah, it's really absolutely crazy stuff. And, man, you know, I think the future of Walking Dead will be just fine. But you guys can write your comments below. Let me know what you think about this one. And I think, like I said before, the confidence, the stigma, you know, the way people view it, the way people working on it will work on it. I mean, these allegations are really not good because, you know, more than anything, aside from just dollars that they may have to pay out if they lose the lawsuits, they're also maybe giving themselves a bad name, or it just doesn't look good in the eyes of the fans, the producers. Like, you know, you can screw over a lot of people, I suppose, actors, whatever. But if you screw over the people that created the series to begin with, that Frank Darabont was earlier, but then, you know, Robert Kirkman, of course, now the creator of The Walking Dead itself. You know, I mean, the audience is probably going to, as I pretty much am, going to side with Kirkman over that. You know, I mean, and how could you not? Because he created it from absolutely nothing, you know, blank sheet of paper, and he created this amazing series that was adapted and everything like that, and it has done really great. But it was his first with the comics before it was anybody else's, so before the TV series even existed. So let me know what you guys think about the future of The Walking Dead. Where will you be at? How do you feel about this? And you know, as a viewer, if you're going to watch a show, how do you feel watching a show when you hear about this kind of stuff behind the scenes? You know, how does it make you feel? Does it make you feel like you should be loyal to the network? Does it make you feel like, you know, screw them, I like the show and I'll watch it, but screw them at the same time? Let me know what you guys think. You know, feel free to write those comments below. Free speech for sure. Yeah, let's go through it. So that's where I'm at right now, guys. That's how I'm feeling and what I think about the future of the show. You know, I'm not too worried about it or anything, but at the same time, it's like, you know, I would have never imagined any of this stuff would be coming out. You know, when we were getting ready for season 7, there was so much hype about who Negan killed and everything. It was just so crazy. And now we're hearing like all this stuff, and it's like, what's going on with Walking Dead, man? This is really weird to be in this situation, considering, you know, all these seasons and all the momentum they had going for them is really something. So write your comments below. Let me know what you guys think about this one. And if you like this video, please don't forget to thumb it up below. You can share and favorite. And if you're new and you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do so. Bottom left is sub. That's it for this video. I'll see you guys again soon for another one. As always, it's Trev. I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon. Just subscribe somehow.